morning guys, it's February the 17th, I'm Henry Green from London Trading Group, and once again I'm just going to run through what I'm looking for the coming day's trading. So this is a really interesting angle that we're at the moment, this white line that you can see intercepting the price. This is a big level for me, so it kind of goes one or two ways. Either we reject here, make a lower high on a 15 minute and then we go lower, and in which case I'm looking down sort of 1075, which although I don't actually think it's going to go there, that's my level that I reckon it's going to go to. If we break through, however, which is probably the side that I'm looking for, so I'm actually looking for a pullback and a higher low to be made, and then I expect this to kind of go. The reason for that is we're back at the 38 on the day, and I think that then pushes higher on the day, and I think we could see maybe 112.20 taken on. That's my next level on the way up, and then we were talking about this yesterday in the office. I think through 113.50 and certainly through 114.40, then you've got a lot of clear space to the top side in the euro. So we're going to wait. I'm going to wait to see what happens there. As I said, if we get a rejection and it kind of looks like it's going to be a quick move, then this will continue on down. But I think the big move and the fast move is the one that breaks the top side, and then we trade upwards. So potentially looking for euro strength today. The only thing I don't like about playing the long side of this is we have gone through this past market angle that I had in on the downside. So this potentially suggests that we are going to go lower. So I'm just going to wait and let that one show me which direction it wants to go in. So cable, that's a really interesting one. Looks very heavy. A very, very bearish close yesterday, and we've kind of just teetering around this 142.80 zone that we kind of had a good crack at before, and it seems just to be hovering. This is a monthly level I've got it as, so we could now see a bit of a bounce from here. So I've not got the down fibs on here. So let's put these on. So what we're looking like, okay, so we have hit so that was like an overextended D. We haven't got pullback yet, so I expect maybe a pullback into sort of 143.70. Does that make sense? Yes, I've got a bit of a level there, so if we get a pullback, that's where we could see. Or I actually have quite a good past market angle that comes in at a little bit of a lower level. So I've got that comes in at 142.60. So we could see that. Wait, is that down there? So yeah, maybe a bit lower. Okay, so yeah, I think that cable probably bounces here. If it takes the lows out, obviously look for a false break to potentially look to buy that back up again. It needs to complete this fib cycle. It's rare that you see this break out and go again in a straight line, so I think that this needs a bit of a pullback now. It's kind of bounced around this zone. You could box this up and play this as a box breakout. Remember, guys, that if it breaks back into the box, it's likely to go and test the other side of it, so just be wary of that one. But I think you've probably got a bit of a pullback in cable, although it does look pretty heavy. And as I said, watch out for 142.60 as a potential daily bounce zone. Dollar yen, this one does look lower. I do like this one lower, so I think the yen power remains. For me, I think it's still really hot trade. You've got this 38 completed, so just watch for the top side in terms of that. So what I'm going to be looking for is a past market move that kind of will fit this market the way that we're trading down at the moment, and then if that breaks, we'll look for the top side. But on the day, we're holding on the 8 perfectly. Nice rejection off 114.75, and we could push lower now. 113 is going to be my target for the short side, so I'll be looking for that as well. I think that the yen strength could continue so long as it takes these lows out. It's got to go through 60 pretty sharpish, or else you might see a bit of a rejection in that one. So I think that could rally. I'm actually playing the retracement at the moment, so this is a buy. This is back in the buy zone now. So just be careful of dollar yen potentially pushing up if it clears those levels. So these are always I always build both sides, guys. This is really interesting to do. So dollar CAD, another good one. Just sideways at the moment for this one. This one will break out at some point, as it always does. So they cut output yesterday. They cut the oil output, but the Canadian dollar rallied. The Canadian dollar sold off. So really interesting, kind of the wrong way around. But you just got to play what the technicals were showing you. So that was a D bounce, and it did bounce. It bounced pretty hard. But we are just sideways. So we're getting back up towards the top of that range and up towards 139, and certainly up to 140. I'll be looking for to sell this. I'm not going to look for anything in this middle of the range. I'll probably be a buyer down at 137s, but at the moment we're just middle of this range, and in a range it's best not to play it when you're in the middle, so just be careful of dollar CAD. I'll probably be playing that crossed against other pairs today. Aussie had a really bad day yesterday, and we kind of are in the middle, but I think that this is sort of looking heavier than the middle, so I think this is probably still a short, and I think certainly through 70.80 you can look to sell this. I've got a good level of support at 70.70, so watch through there. I think then we go to take on 70.30, and through that then you open up the bottom side. So I'm certainly pretty bearish of the Aussie. We've pulled back into the 38 into the sell zone, so again this is kind of in the middle of nowhere, so potentially just play this one with a bit of care. We're certainly not in a nice trending market in the Aussie at the moment. We are certainly going sideways with a lot of spikes higher, so just be careful of the Aussie dollar. But I think that certainly we're in sort of the top quartile of that range, so then you can still play it down to the middle. Sort of when it gets down to 70.50, I probably wouldn't be looking for any new shorts or longs either way, because we're bang in the middle. So let this break out and let this start trending before you take that when it's in the middle of its range. Kiwi dollar, this could be this could be the breakout. Really bearish close yesterday. It's kind of undone all of its hard work that it's been doing up there. We have pulled back, we have rejected off, we had quite a big bounce off 65.40 area, but I do think that this looks like a short now. I think that we could have, this is the big line that broke, so this is my past market angle I had from this similar move, and then we did start to trend lower, so we could see that this now trend, and this one's going to be one that's on my watch just now. So if we watch Aussie Kiwi, see what happens to Aussie Kiwi, if that kind of holds or rallies, then I think that the Kiwi is definitely the weaker one. So wait to see what happens with that one. I'm certainly going to be looking for the short side in the Kiwi dollar this morning and into today. So we are at potentially a D. This could be called a D, but I think maybe we have one more bounce and then we see this roll over. And certainly I'll be looking to play that on the short side if it continues. So potentially we see Euro rally. I do like that if it breaks that angle that we talked about. Cable I just think goes potentially sideways. I think it holds on that low. It might have a false breakout and then we pull back. Dollar yen I think looks like it could continue lower, but be wary the fact that we are back in the retracement buy zone. Dollar CAD sideways. Aussie dollar I think probably still sideways as well, so just be looking to have that with care. I still favour the short side, and then Kiwi I think that one rolls over and goes today. So a few really, well, several interesting markets. I don't think it's, no markets are trading at the moment, guys. Just be careful of that. And yeah, I'll be looking to play the crosses as I did yesterday. So I hope that's been useful. As I said, click subscribe to never miss a trading idea again, and happy trading, guys. Thanks very much.